Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Lance with One Too Many Hobbies, and in today's video, we're taking my back patio that looks like this and turning it into this. Without wasting any more time, let's get into today's video. So my back patio has about a 1-inch slope over 9 feet. So the first thing we're gonna do today is take pressure treated lumber and create a box to make it level. Let's head in the shop and knock it out. All right, change of plan. Working with this pressure treated lumber is like working with spaghetti. So I've got a pile of cedar that I've been sitting on for about 4 or 5 years now, it seems like, that I think I'll have enough to do the whole project. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the bases that have that gradual slope out of cedar, because I just think it'll be easier to make it out of cedar. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, let's test these things out. Make sure they're level to the slope. I'm pretty happy with that. Doesn't have to be perfect. I can shim it later. So I just got done milling up all the lumber for the barbecue carcass. I've got my 2 pieces that match the slope of the concrete to make the carcass level. The next thing I need to do is get the pocket hole jig out and possibly the domino and assemble this to the rough dimensions that I needed. But before I do that, I've got to cut all my pieces to final length. So right now I've got my stainless steel door laid out. I've got the measurements to my insulated firebox, and I'm gonna cut all these pieces to final length before I use the Craig pocket hole jig or the domino. So I just finished assembling all 4 pieces, all 4 sides of the frame for the barbecue. Because the sides are so big, it's hard to match them up and draw a line for the domino marking. So I'm gonna use a story stick and reference one side and the top and make a couple marks and transfer that over to the other pieces. It should make the process pretty simple. I just got done pocket hole screwing all the pieces, and now it's time to assemble this together. So I just got done finishing up the built-in barbecue frame. I test fit the insulated fire jack. It fits perfectly within the frame, which is awesome. Off camera, I went ahead and constructed the frame for the sink and the 2 access doors. You'll also notice on the access doors, I did a frame around each one of them. And the reason behind that is I wanted to screw the stainless steel doors into the cedar, not into the veneer stone or the mortar. I installed zip system stretch tape around the access door for the barbecue frame as well as the back vent. I did this because I wanted to add an additional layer of protection in case any water penetrates behind the stainless steel door. I also took the leftover cedar material I had laying around and I created a floor underneath the sink cabinet. Now the next thing I need to do is create some brackets on the barbecue frame so I can use anchors to attach this straight to the concrete, and I'll also attach this straight to the brick. So with the help of my wife, we just hauled the barbecue frame around to the backyard. But before I install this to the brick and the concrete, I want to install this seal gasket foam around the bottom of the frame. So we just got done flipping this upside down, and I'm going to use a stapler to install this. I've been checking this off camera and everything looks honestly plumb and square. I don't know the exact terminology, but the bubble is between the two hash marks. I did have to use some shims on the sink frame that I installed off camera. So the next thing I need to do is install this to the brick and to the concrete. And I'm gonna use some expansion anchors that I got from Home Depot to mount it to the concrete. And I'm gonna use the blue Tapcon to screw it into the brick. And I'm going to use a hammer drill to create the pilot holes for these, so let's get drilling. Pretty happy with the connections. Again, I've got 2 in the brick and 2 in the concrete, along with all the additional weight from the mortar, the cement board, the granite, and the barbecue. This thing ain't going anywhere, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I decided to go with the USG Durarock cement board that I got from Home Depot. And you can cut this in multiple different ways, but I decided to use a jigsaw, and when I'm done with the blade, I just threw it away. You also want to make sure that you're using the special rock-on bits for the cement board. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape and put a little scratch coat on the joints. We just got done hauling all the veneer stone to the back patio, and then we separated all the pieces into sizes to help speed up the process of selecting stone. Finally, we laid out a grid pattern to the same dimensions as the built-in barbecue, and we played Tetris for the next hour or two. This should speed up the process with the install. Let's get this stone installed. So the granite guys just left. I just got done installing the patio sink and the built-in barbecue. Now it's time to knock out this project and tidy everything up, do the caulking, install the plumbing, and get that sink up and running and get this barbecue hooked up to propane. Let's get after it. Wife and I just got finished putting all the furniture back up underneath the patio. And this one's a wrap, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. We saved a little over $10,000 doing it ourselves. It took us over about 3 months. Now, we were filming during this process, so I hope you enjoy this one. We're gonna enjoy this one for the next 10, 15, 20 years, hopefully. But if you haven't already, smash that like button, consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys on the next one.